Welcome friends to the 2026 BMW i4. We actually have some very important updates to talk about, but as always, if you stay tuned until the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you how you can save up to 12% off the MSRP on the 2025 BMW i4. All right, let's get started here. Some of the highlights, it's going to be the new silicon carbide inverters, which are going to increase the efficiency and the range on certain i4 models. We also get a name change for the top of the line i4. Previously, it was known as the M50. Now it's known as the M60. And the production of the 2026 i4, it's going to begin in November of this year. And BMW goes on to talk about the entry-level 2026 i4 eDrive 40. This is your rear-wheel drive model. BMW claims that you should expect to achieve over 300 miles of range, regardless of the tire and wheel package that you select. This is because we get the same SiC inverters, the silicon carbide inverters, previously announced for the i5 range. And these SiC inverters, they are not only more efficient, but they are more powerful and they are more resistant to heat than traditional silicon semiconductors. Now, the top of the line i4, now known as the i4 M60, it not only achieves efficiency improvements, but it actually produces more power for 2026. It's now making 510 horsepower at startup. This is 41 horsepower more than the outgoing M50. And this vehicle, when you put it into the sport mode, now produces 593 horsepower. That is 57 horsepower more than the M50 in its sport mode. BMW claims that the M60 will now do 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. However, Car and Driver tested the M50 and got a 0 to 60 time of just 3.3 seconds. So this might actually just be closer to 3 seconds flat, but who knows? Regardless, nobody should have an issue with speed and performance with the top of the line model. And BMW has also given us specific range figures for both the eDrive 40 and the M60. So regarding the rear wheel drive model, when you go with the 18-inch wheels, you can get a maximum range of 333 miles. That's 15 miles more than the previous 2025. Now, when you go with the 19-inch wheels, the range drops to 307 miles, which is unfortunate, but it's still 12 miles more than before. It's crazy how much of a difference the wheels can make. And with the M60, it starts out with the 19-inch wheels, so that gets 278 miles of range for 2026. That's 11 miles more than before. When you go with the 20-inch wheels on the M60, the range drops to 232 miles. It's still 5 more than before, but yeah, the wheels are making a drastic difference here. Anyway, I'm going to have the full BMW press release on the screen for you to check out. That way you'll know everything there is to know regarding these vehicles. But let's continue here. We also have some other 2026 i4 updates. As standard equipment, you're now going to be getting the Seal and Drive tire kit. And we also get the addition of a drive recorder to the Parking Assistant Professional package. You also get black mirror caps and M Sport brakes with blue calipers. Both of these items are now going to be a part of the Shadowline package for the eDrive 40 rear-wheel drive model and the xDrive 40. And finally, the glass controls are now optionally available on all i4 models. And those are pretty much all of your updates for 2026. Notice how BMW did not give us range estimates for the xDrive 40 model, but when you go on BMW's consumer website, they have listed out all the i4 models with the official MSRP and the range figures. I'm pleased to report that prices have not gone up compared to 2025, so that's good. But yeah, the range estimates for the xDrive 40, which is probably one of the more popular models, it's going to be between 268 miles and 287 miles of range. Keep in mind the xDrive, it's not only adding dual all-electric motors to achieve the all-wheel drive, but you also get more power as well. You get 396 horsepower and a quicker 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds, as opposed to 5.5 seconds for the rear-wheel drive. But all of these 0 to 60 times are probably quicker than this, but this is just what BMW has to report. Regardless, since you made it to the end of this video, here's how you can save up to 12% off the MSRP on the 2025 i4. You can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has partner dealerships both in Washington, D.C. and in California, and some various other dealerships in other states as well. But DC and California are his two biggest locations. He does offer nationwide shipping. I've had 2 vehicles shipped, never had an issue, but that is something you have to pay extra for, so it would be ideal if you could pick up at one of his partner dealerships. But yeah, up to 12% off on the i4, depending on your location. Entry-level rear-wheel drive models, you can lease them for like $500 a month, assuming you have perfect credit. That is really impressive considering this is a pretty versatile vehicle. The i4, it only comes as the Grand Coupe model, which is a 4-door with a rear hatch. So you have amazing practicality in the rear. Of course, expect the rear seats to be a bit tighter for adult passengers in the back, but it just comes with the territory. And I would highly recommend leasing these products only, because it's when you lease these vehicles, that's also when you get the $7,500 incentive as well. You don't get that if you pay cash or if you finance. So on an entry-level model, you're saving like 15 grand off the sticker price when you lease it. Extremely affordable payments of like $500 a month or thereabout. These are, after all, disposable products. All EVs are, and they all crash and burn in value. Just look at the used prices. I mean, clean 2023s with under 30,000 miles, they're trading for under 30 grand. So even if you were to get 15K off the sticker price through AutoCompanion's program, you're still going to be losing like over half of the vehicle's value of what you paid for. And that's why it's imperative to lease these products, because when you lease it, you're actually saving more on depreciation than financing or paying cash. Number one, you of course get that incentive, but also you're just paying less because that payment is so low. So leasing is really the only way to take advantage of these products. M50, it's still a monster, even for 2025. And keep in mind, 2025 is also the year where these vehicles got a refresh and new headlights. That of course continues for 2026. So it's good that you still get the updated looks with 2025. And yeah, if you're just looking for a rocket of a vehicle, M50, that's also a really good vehicle to consider leasing as well. It actually accelerates quicker than a rear-wheel drive M3. But AutoCompanion doesn't just have i4 deals, of course. He also has other BMW deals and other makes and models like Audi, Mercedes, Lexus, and more economy brands as well, like Mazda, Toyota, Honda, etc. These are truly some of the best prices in the United States. However, to access these deals, you do have to pay AutoCompanion's broker fee. I am partnered with this company, so if you fill out an inquiry form and you mention my channel, AutoCompanion will take some money off of his broker fee, and I really appreciate him doing that for my audience, because he's not just saving us money off the sticker price, he's also saving us time, headache, frustration, and potential junk fees, because we don't have to deal with the dealership ourselves. Everything is done for you, so it's always a very elegant process working with AutoCompanion. But if you want to try negotiating on your own, AutoCompanion also has a free leasing calculator, which I will have linked in the description box below. This will show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. So even if you're not leasing, you should use that calculator to see the incentives that you can get. Everything is linked below. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.